just raises. I know
Oh, you're
like
recording.
I know
You're,
I understand that like the idea of the afterlife is sort of a standardized thing, but I still think that raises more questions. Like, do you watch The Good Place, right?
I just saw like the first couple episodes and I was
Oh,
like I wasn't like this is bad or anything. I just didn't care enough to keep watching.
yeah. I mean,
I know everyone
they
loves that
do.
show, so I'm like sitting here like talking smack, but it
The
didn't.
first, yeah, the first two seasons are really good, but then after that, I feel like it diminished. It falls off sharply, but most people
Mm,
disagree with me.
okay.
And the ending is, I don't know, spoiler alert. I guess
You
is
can
what is going on
spoil me
Patreon.
as hard as you feel like.
They
Yeah,
all
you are
like
on Patreon though.
actually die and go away.
Okay.
They're dead
Okay, that statement's
forever.
mostly meaningless to me, so
Well, it's like they're in like heaven, right? Or hell or something.
yeah. It's like
But
Coco where that
but
you die your
they
second death.
really die like death.
Okay. Sure. Anyway, yeah,
But that's not even the real issue I have with the finale. The finale is sort of like we're fast forwarding thousands and thousands of years, and all the characters just stay the same. Like they stop developing after a while. And I'm like, you have a chance to play yourself as like a thousands of year old being, and you're just gonna do the same character. It's like, it's so boring. Like, do
Well, then I
something
guess I won't start
interesting.
watching it. I do know
I don't
several
know.
Twilight Zones had people coming in being like, "Oh, why didn't you mention the good place?" Like, because I didn't watch it, that's
It's
why.
I would honestly say it's worth watching the first two seasons, but
Hmm.
like you may not give a shit. It's like
Well, obviously I'll watch Andor before I watch that, and that hasn't happened yet, so.
yeah, I like Andor better. So like but Andor is also like I would consider Andor to be a profoundly unsatisfying series, whereas The Good Place is sort of ends up a feel good thing in the long run, but like
I didn't watch
Andor
anything
is like,
last
oh
night.
no.
We were touring Aussies around, so maybe I was tired, and then I just kind of fell asleep for 2 hours I didn't know I was falling asleep for. So I didn't watch anything last night.
I watched I've watched a bunch of Rick and Morty's that were new,
Oh, geez, I haven't
which
seen a
are
new Rick and
fine.
Morty for like 5 years.
They're
Once
fine.
Lower
They're
Deck
good.
started, I didn't watch
Um,
Rick and Morty. It just like that like replaced Rick and
and
Morty for me.
friends of mine showed me the new King of the
I
Hills,
was never into that in the first
and
place.
I wasn't either, but the new ones are pretty decent. It's just like it does sort of end up being sort of a similar thing where I think Mike Judge likes writing like assholes a little bit too much. Where it's like
Like I
there's some
do
people
like
who
a
are
lot of
just
Mike Judge's
terrible.
stuff. I just never liked not Rick and Morty, King of the
Uh,
Hill.
I like Beavis and Butthead better, but it's like, have you seen the newer Beavis and Buttheads?
I saw the movie.
Oh, since that, yeah, the newer ones are pretty good. Like it's
Okay.
gotten smarter.
Mm-mm.
They're watching like TikToks now, which makes a lot of sense. Um,
Yes.
but also, I mean, there was an episode where it was literally just like Beavis is going through an alley yelling fire, and then like fire, like the actual like spirit of fire contacts him and starts like making him do stuff.
That
And it
sounds
just
fun.
turns into this absurd, yeah, it turns into this like absurd, like pseudo spiritual thing. Yeah, it's good. I
What?
mean, what I watched
Oh,
of
oh,
it.
the family viewing for dinner. We watched the first half of Coming to America, so I watched that.
Coming to America or coming
No,
to
the
America?
one that's good.
Okay. I didn't see Coming to America. Oh,
You
I
know what? I
saw
don't even
the
remember if I saw that or not.
Have I talked to you
I
since I watched the Naked Gun remake or reboot,
no,
new Naked Gun?
no.
It's great. It's great. I
That's
hope you
why.
guys get it.
No, I have. We're not going to. I'll have to wait till I can download it. But no,
Yeah.
I love the trailer. I've been like quoting the trailer. So if I'm quoting a trailer, it must be good.
Yeah, it's better. It's even better
We
than, I
should.
mean, it's got a really good hit rate of
Okay.
jokes.
Yeah.
Um,
But
and
you're saying it's better than the original? I'm sure it's better than
No,
the sequels.
I have to like watch the origin. I have to
Yeah.
rewatch all the sequels, but it might be better than the second or third one. I'm
I
not really
could. I
sure.
mean, there are good jokes in those movies. They're fun to watch, but neither of them are that good. The first
I
one is definitely
Yeah,
far
and
above.
honestly, I think the first episode of Police Squad is like better than any of
Oh, I
it.
love the TV show's the best, I
Just
think.
the specifically the first episode, like that falls off too
Mm,
because they don't direct like any of them except for the pilot, I think. But the pilot of the show is like that's like almost as good as Airplane, or it's
mm.
like in the ballpark.
I think I've always
Uh,
put the Naked Gun a touch above Airplane myself.
oh, weird. Well,
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've watched it. I mean, I used to watch it
Mm-mm.
all the time, but you know, perhaps I would feel that way
Well,
too. I
also,
don't know.
several years ago, I got Airplane. It was like a DVD for like $1, and I put it on and
Your
showing it
family
to
didn't like it.
right because it just is not Japanese humor, I guess. Which is not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Japanese humor is better. It's usually dumber, but it just like the jokes didn't connect. So,
I feel like Japanese humor, like Japanese comedies I've watched, are usually kind of like nicer and friendlier than I'm used to. Like they're
um,
usually not mean spirited.
well, here's my. They have comedy shows at New Year's, and it goes for like 12
Hmm.
hours, like a comedy marathon for like 12 hours. It'll be two guys
Yeah.
walk to a mic, they're talking at a normal volume, and they get more and more agitated, more, and one of them starts shouting, and then the bit ends, and then they walk away.
Yeah.
And now more guys walk up, and they're talking relatively normally, and then they build up, and they're screaming, and then they leave, and it does that for like
I
12
mean,
hours.
it'll be like it will be sillier, but it's usually not it's not like particularly mean
Oh,
spirited,
it's very
whereas like
silly shouting, but yeah,
yeah.
it's
But
silly
like Chinese
shouting.
humor can be extremely mean spirited. um, but I don't know. Have you seen Pop Team Epic?
You said Chinese humor, and I was like, I don't even know
No,
what you
that's
mean.
Japanese.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't.
Like
Pop.
that one that's an anime that's like
Hold on, I have to look it up. Pop Team Epic. I just need to
Pop Team Epic.
see what we're talking about here. Pop Team. I just want to see if I like recognize it from the imagery.
I bet you will.
I don't.
Hmm.
Huh,
Well, it's
interesting.
like um I ca it's a bunch of like absurd like comedy that's very it to me it's very funny. It's also just like sometimes aggressively like harsh or just silly or somebody will just like get like Tim and Eric style like things will just get weird. But also it was something like they tried to like hire these two I can't remember what the exact story is, but they like tried to hire these two like women to voice the main characters, but then they ended up I don't know for whatever reason you could watch all of the episodes twice, once with voiced by women and once
Oh, I
voiced
see.
by these older Japanese men.
Yeah.
And so they're just talking like this. It's very funny.
I see. I'm looking at the
Uh,
wiki. No, I guess a show sort of along these lines that Hana was into is are you familiar with Osomatsu-kun?
don't think so.
So that was it was from the 80s and it was let's kind of
Hmm.
Alvin and the Chipmunk style about these like I think it's
Wow.
six brothers. So that show is kind of
That's
sweet.
old.
Anyway, right, 10 years ago they made one called Osomatsu-san. So they're older and they're all just a bunch of like lazy ass guys in their 20s. Like there's an episode where one of them is going off to do a job interview and the other five like attack him for trying to actually do something. So they're all
That sounds
Frita.
fun.
Yeah, let's see what the plot is, what they explain. Premise. The original series followed the Matsuno brothers, blah, 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 who are all identical sextuplets who cause mischief. Mr. Osomatsu depicts the brothers as being 10 years older than their original counterparts. All of the brothers have now grown up into lazy neats, with each brother having developed their own distinguishing personality, and it follows them in their everyday life. So it's basically just a bunch of like, it's sextuplets in their 20s that are like lazy as shit.
That sounds fun.
And for a few years, we Hano and they have a movie every year, and for like 3 years, we had to go to like Nagano City. They didn't show it in our city, right? So we drive her to Nagano
Yeah.
City, we go to the theater, but she was too embarrassed to let us watch the movie with her, so we just have to like sit
Oh,
around the lobby while she watched these movies. Granted, they are only an hour long, but still.
I do remember that story, regardless of whether I knew what movie it was or not.
That was for Osomatsu-san. So I've never actually seen a
Fun.
Osomatsu-san movie, but I don't think she's into it so much anymore. What's she into now?
I don't know
something.
if Pop Team Epic is like popular anymore. I think it just kind of went away at some point because Japanese stuff just does that.
She's here now. I could go ask her. The Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic. I'm just gonna ask because I'm curious.
Okay, sure. Oh,
There you go. Turns out she already left the house. She's going to a movie
oh,
today, but it's at 2. But I guess she
nuts.
just left early. Which is, oh yeah, everyone in Japan under 20 feels compelled to go see the new Kimetsu no Yaiba film. So,
What's that?
Demon Slayer,
Oh, yeah, I
which I'm not into
need to
really. I mean,
watch all.
I'm not like, I don't think like, oh, that sucks. I'm just like, I don't care.
That literally is something where I'm like, I know I would like that, and I have
I
forgotten
don't
to
know if
watch
you'd
it.
like it. I just feel like it's
You
not
don't
that
think
deep.
so?
I feel like it's not that deep.
I mean, anime doesn't have to be deep.
It doesn't have to be deep, but I mean, we've done classes with it where we would like take a scene and like practice it in English with kids, right? So I've
Hmm.
seen some, but again, I wouldn't say it's bad, but I'm just like whatever, like Gundam or
Hmm.
something, run whatever. Oh, this is funny. I'm like I was playing along with retro shit, with my telecast or whatever, and I forgot Matthew Sweet exists, and I started putting on some of his
Hmm.
songs, which still hold up for me. I don't know how you feel, but
I
have you
never
seen
cared
his
really.
have you seen his videos from 1991?
I probably saw them in the 90s.
One, he and his band look 90s as shit, which is funny. But then it turns out in
Hmm.
1991 he was like extreme like otaku, like anime otaku. Like it's
Hmm.
clear like melded with the footage of him, right? So it's 100% intentional. And one video had it was all clips from Labu-chan,
Hmm.
which is and then the other one was from Cobra. But it was all just, like the anime girls like taking their clothes off and putting them on back on through the whole video. So I'm like, really? I never
Hmm.
got that. That's a weird vibe to add to that music, but whatever.
I think he's like hospitalized or something. Like
Oh
something's
no.
going on with him.
Okay. Well, he made some. I
It's
like his 90s
something.
music.
I don't think it's like bad. It's just never. It was just nothing. It's just not. You know, he had a stroke. I guess he's
Oh no.
okay. He
Okay.
recovered from stroke, but no,
Okay.
it was one of those things where nothing. There's nothing that is like his music that ever interested me at all. It's like it sounds like the Black Crows to me, really, which I'm just like, sure. Not.
Well,
I just
for me, I
never.
see what you're saying. I would agree. I would just say it's a little more like, where the Black Crows were going for like what the Rolling Stones and Aerosmith. I guess,
It
it's
all
more
pretty much
Birds and
sounds the same to
Beatles
me.
with Matthew Sweet. So,
That they just sound kind of the same. Like that type of rock music is never something that really
okay.
interested me at
Way
all.
more jangle with that stuff, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess jangling. I
I have
like
an
I
ear for
if
jangle.
I feel like if you jangle, you should just go to shoegaze instead, and unless you're a big star, which I
Mm,
don't know if
they didn't
that counts as
shoegaze.
jangle. I guess they didn't
They
jangle.
jangled. Yeah, that's
I
pretty high
think
jangle.
like if you're not big star, I don't care really.
Okay.
And that even includes the replacements when they were trying to sound like Big Star.
Oh no, I like that stuff. I like jangle. You don't like jangle. There we go.
Yeah, it's just that's just it. It's like I think that I strongly kind of strongly believe that guitars should be either used as like a chainsaw or as like a precision instrument, and I don't
Mm,
really like anything in between that.
okay. Yeah, see, I more and more I just play with no effects. Just plug straight in. I'm actually thinking of getting one of those like expensive amps that just has a volume knob.
That's not even what I'm talking. I'm just talking about like how you use the guitar. Like I'm less interested in someone who goes ding 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 ding. Like I want you to either go ding 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 or and
Mhm.
I'm not really particularly interested in the in between.
Mm. I'm not as good a noise guitarist as I used to be because I think to be a good noise guitarist, you do need to be playing with an actual amplifier, which I don't do much anymore. I'm playing through my
Mm.
iPad or something. You can't really like play with feedback if you're doing that.
You can if you get a feedbacker pedal.
That's not it. You have to go get intimate with your
What
amplifier.
there's something that okay, Digitech Freak Out Frequout.
Yeah, I'm a
You know what I'm talking?
very
Do you know what that is?
no, I don't because I don't.
Natural feedback creator. It's a
Mm.
very expensive guitar pedal that gives you feedback at any volume.
No, I don't want that.
That does interest me actually. I like feedback, but I'm not really. feeling like playing guitar right now. But
Okay. I got a
um,
casino. That and a real amp would give you like feedback. That would be like shitty feedback though. You wouldn't like that feedback.
what's the difference? All feedback sounds the same
It just,
to me.
not like because there's feedback you can warp,
Sounds like someone coughing. Ugh.
Oh, I made a much more annoying noise. I think Zoom cut it out. Um, but no, it's like there's feedback that you can't control and there's feedback you can shape, you know?
Yeah.
So the
Mm,
casino gives
mm,
you uncontrolled, just wailing, it hurts my ear feedback. Whereas if you're, say, playing a jazz master against a Vox amp, you're going to be able
yeah.
to control the feedback by getting near the amp, away from the amp, playing with your knobs, that sort of shit.
Playing with your knobs.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we
Yeah, I
should.
just I'm so much more interested in like deliberately playing like sparsely
Mm.
than like playing rhythmically. I guess I'm just not interested in rhythm guitar existing anymore.
I do
I
often
don't know.
record guitar tracks and then re-record them like a few days later, much more sparsely. That happens a lot where I'll play something too much and then re-record it like and just cut down on what I'm doing like a whole lot.
Well, I
So,
used to always record, and my bands were like this, where it'd be like the bass player plays the notes, and then the guitar plays the same thing the bass player is playing. And I think
mm,
that's like,
that's
I
not so
got
much fun.
very, very, very tired of that. And
Yeah,
I
I'm very much
really
not into
feel
that.
like, I feel like if you play an instrument in a band, you should be playing different things and you should be playing whatever fits. And I feel pretty strongly about that at
Like
this
when I
point,
was
where I'm
just the
like, I
bass player in a
don't,
band, as you remember, I would just sit there playing way too much. But that's because I didn't
that's
want to
fine.
play the same thing that, the guitarist was playing.
I mean, remember when I was in the what the Andrew's other band Thumper, and it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there was a thing where they had what Matt was the bass player for them, and he was playing like kind of too much, and then I was the bass player, and I was trying to like thread the needle and play like even though they sort of vetoed some of the things I was playing because they thought it was too weird. But then
Mm.
eventually it was just like Andrea playing bass and playing like just the basics. I like in between. I no, I don't like in between. What did I say? I don't know.
You like sparse?
I want instruments to prove that they should be there, and if they don't, then they should get lost. And a lot of bands that are like jangly pop are like it's just band people all grooving together, playing together, and I don't want that vibe. I don't like that vibe. I don't want to hear bands that like playing together and grooving together because I want them to be like fighting each other the
Wow.
whole time.
Now, I never thought he was bad by any means, but we were listening to Dirty in the car, Sonic Youth's Dirty in the car a few weeks ago, and I
Hmm.
was like, wow, Steve Shelley's really good.
Yeah,
Like I that's never
yeah.
quite I always thought he was just keeping a beat behind the noise, and I was actually listening to him more while I was driving. I was like, wow, he's good.
I've kind of slowly kind of gotten tired of Sonic Youth to the point where I don't want to listen to them anymore.
See, I haven't listened to much for the past 10 years, so recently I've been playing a bit more, and so yeah.
There's something that really rubbed me the wrong way when they like all their instruments got stolen and they were like, we can't play these songs anymore
When I
because
saw
our
them
instruments got
live,
stolen. That
I
really
think
bothered me a lot.
they just played the Dirty album out of order, one of the B-sides, nothing from their old
Yeah,
albums, and then they did Sonic Death for 30 minutes, which honestly, that's cool, but
that's fine.
they were like,
I just
half of the
like
concert is pop because it's Dirty, our quote unquote pop album, and now we will destroy your ears for 30 minutes. That's what you want
it's
them to
this whole
do.
thing. I just feel like they just proved to everyone that they didn't actually know what they were doing at
I,
all.
I think that's correct. Listening
It
to
kind of
Dirty,
bums me
when I
out.
was focusing on the guitar, it's like, you know what? They don't actually like, I don't believe like alternate tunings are usually necessary. You can do what you
Yeah,
want.
because you can kind of
Drop
play
D maybe.
anything
That's a
on a
very simple
guitar.
one. If you're
Like
playing
not okay, not
slide,
anything.
if you're playing slide, you get a pass. You need an open tuning to do slide well. But otherwise, like I don't
It's
think you need to retune and treat your guitar. So yeah, when they're like, "Oh, we can't play our songs because our guitars got songs," like, dude, you can play Teresa Sound World a different way. It's fine, you know?
and then it's like Kim Gordon just moved to playing guitar instead of playing bass, whereas like the bass was sort of the only thing that was being played like an instrument,
Yeah, she was
and
good. Well,
everything
they
else was being
replaced
played
her.
like a special effect,
Hey,
kind
Jim
of.
O'Rourke came in. He can play bass too.
Sure, but it's just sort of it kind of rubs me the wrong way. They feel to me now like rich people who were social climbers who could afford enough guitars that they could tune them a fun way and then like make something up randomly with them and
Mm.
then like talk over them and not really be able to sing except for the one guy. And I everything about them kind of rubs me the wrong way except for technically a lot of their music is stuff I like, but it's
Yeah.
like I kind of I feel annoyed by them now.
Okay.
Um,
I think I
because
went through that phase, but I think I'm past it now. I think 10 years ago I'd be like, yeah, I fully agree. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, and Murray Street, I would say Murray Street, which is the album after they got their instruments stolen. I'd say Murray Street is the one where they actually like play well.
I mean, kind of, but
It's
also,
like having all those
I
guitars
mean,
stolen probably helped them because they're like, shit, we just have to
they
play a guitar now.
I mean, they did do better towards the end, but it's just like this thing where it's sort of like I can't really listen to the replacements anymore because I find them too
They
depressing
suck.
and too
Nobody likes
drunk.
the replacements.
I did, yeah, it's really weird how nobody cares about them anymore. It
I
seems
like the
like it's like
replacements. I play along with their shit.
genuinely,
I play along with their shit sometimes. Especially that
it's
new version
like
of
I
Tim. That
just
remix of Tim is great.
yeah, it sounds really, but I like couldn't really listen to it. I'm just like
Oh, I've listened to the crap out of
I've lost touch with whatever part of me was like a drunk idiot, and I just
it.
don't relate to them at all anymore.
Ah,
Or
okay.
self-sabotaging idiot, like both of those
Mm-mm-mm.
things. Where it's like I find the replacements lack of ambition annoying, and I find Sonic Youth's extreme amount of ambition annoying.
Okay, as long as you're not talking shit about the Valentines who just can't make music.
Who?
My Blade Valentine, where they just
Oh,
cannot make new
I thought you
music,
were
except
saying
that one
a
time they
band
did.
called the Valentines. No, I'm not going to talk shit about them because I like all their music and I like listening to it. I don't care if they know what they're doing. I think they
Oh shit,
knew
let's
what
start
they
the
were
show
doing.
because
They could sing.
this segues directly into me playing guitar 2 nights ago. So 5 seconds start the show.
Welcome to Severed in Your Eyeballs.
Ow. Some people are really
Ow.
gonna you triggered people. Some people are
I
like
hate it.
they hate
I
eyeball
was
stuff.
triggered by this. I was triggered by the eyeball stuff. Even though it
I
was just not even really eyeball stuff,
I
really.
had one
It was just
girlfriend that
implied.
was really disturbed by eyeball stuff. I had another one that was highly disturbed by lots of small circles like barnacles.
Oh, tryptophobia.
Okay. I
Trypophobia?
knew that
Trypophobia?
I think we've had this
Trypophobia.
conversation before where I said that and you said the
Yes.
name. So
Well, yeah, and I said the thing where I was like, that sounds ridiculous. I don't have that, and I Googled that, and then images showed
ah,
up that triggered me because
I don't think I have
if you
that.
Google that word, no, if you Google the word, there will be some of the most messed up type of images that are designed to trigger that. Because on some level, every human being has evolved to fear things coming out of tiny holes because
Hmm,
those are the things that kill you,
right.
like
Okay.
goats.
Who is alive really?
I'm alive, I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Matt. And who is alive? That's our episode
You're
today.
also alive.
We were for Patreon people, they know we were just rambling about music for way too long, and I did have a wild synchronicity with this episode 2 nights ago because I like to sit around playing guitar through my iPad to music on YouTube or just that's on my iPad. And I was playing along with the first Stone Roses album and then put this episode on. I was like, what the hell? Because it starts off with Love Spreads by the Stone Roses, which is from their second album, but it is weird when you were just sitting down playing the Stone Roses, get up, put on this episode, and it starts playing the Stone Roses.
The only thing I know about the Stone Roses is you made me go see them that one time that they
Oh,
played
then
Music
you
Midtown
saw
because you were really excited.
I
Yeah.
was going to ask you about that too. And you saw their first American performance ever.
It was fine. I remember at
They
one
changed
point
guitarists by that point.
I thought the guy said I thought the guy said F you, but I think he probably just said thank you.
Oh yeah.
There was
No, I
that
think
what he didn't say anything. They didn't say anything
no,
for
I think
most of
they
the
had
show.
yeah, and I think they did not have the original guitarist by that point, even though it's their first American show. So that's kind of a bummer. Or was the bass player? It's one of the two. They changed a member by that point, which is kind of crappy. But
So did I.
yeah. But yeah, we anyway, they start off this show, which the funny thing is I don't remember what it is. But I was playing along with something else too, and at first I thought it was that band because it's from the Stone Roses' second album, and nobody listens to that one that much, and except for
I
someone
didn't
that's
even
going to
know they
send me an
had
angry
two
comment.
albums. I thought they
You
just
didn't
had
even know they
one.
had two albums. There we go. Uh, But yeah, I thought it was another band I was playing along with. So I paused it when the credits came on, instantly looked and I was like, oh, it wasn't that one. It was the other band I was playing along with. So
Oh,
should have
the
broken out the
the
12 string to play with
the
Stone
soft
Roses. I didn't.
roses. Are there
The
other
soft
elements
roses.
of roses? Is there like the
There's
acid
Guns N'
roses?
Roses.
Yeah, the fire roses.
Ooh. Um, but yeah, who is alive? We might be. We're not sure. How about some trivia?
Okay, let me fix some margins here. Thank you, Notepad.
You think you'd be fitting right at that?
Hey, Ben Stiller is back to direct, and he'll be back next week as well. The writing credit this week is shared between Dan Erickson and Wei Ning Yu. No bio for her, but she has written several episodes of Gen V, The Boys, the Boys spinoff. Do you ever watch The Boys?
That's one thing where people were like, you should watch The Boys, and I didn't watch The Boys.
Yeah, you don't have to watch The Boys.
Okay.
Gen V is worse. And The Dropout, and she has one producer credit. Can you guess what it is?
Severance, season 2, but not
That's
season 1.
right. It's all of season 2 of Severance. This, however, is her only writing credit for the show. A lot of new faces this week. But first, Claudia Robinson is back as Felicia from O&D. Wanted to get her because I didn't get her last season, and hey, she's back.
And she gets more
Weird,
than one line this week.
yeah, she seems like a real character all of the sudden. Weirdly, not much of a bio, but her career dates back to the late 70s, even though it is sporadic. You can see her in Miami Vice, Matlock, The Equalizer. Guess which one? The new one. And
No,
most recently,
I
Happy
was gonna guess
Gilmore
the old one.
2. But you would be wrong. Anyway, this isn't the last we'll see of her on the show. First of the. I wrote first before I rearranged this. Most important to the plot, Merritt Weaver plays Gretchen George, born 1980 in Manhattan, where she still resides. Who could blame her, really? She's been acting since a very young age and won an Emmy for her work on Nurse Jackie. You can also see her in The Wire, Signs, Birdman, and The Walking Dead. She will be back for more special spousal visits.
Should I watch Birdman?
Yes, it's great. I love
Okay.
it.
I've heard some people say it's great. Heard some people say it's
You
terrible.
you would
Everyone
watch
likes Michael
something
Keaton.
like
So
seriously, what are you still like I remember you as someone who would always watch something for a gimmick like it's all one take.
you're
No?
remembering me going to see the movie Russian Ark for that, which I was like, I'm going to see this movie. It's in one take. In general, I'm not a giant fan of that. It's fascinating, but I
Mm,
find in execution it rarely works. And that might be one of the reasons I haven't
uh,
watched Birdman yet. I can. The Blu-ray's right
it's
there in my
it's
box.
like
So
I think it's like four takes, but still no, it's very good and it's worth your time.
I got it for
It's
69 cents on Blu-ray.
and also, I mean, just the meta of the idea that Michael Keaton might be having a hard time reckoning with his Batman role, which is
Hmm.
sort
He
of
seems how about now? Do you think he's worked it out since Birdman?
I don't
Now
think
that
he cares. I
he's
honestly
Batman
don't think he
again.
cares.
He even
I
got
think that I think the movie Birdman is about someone who would have an existential crisis that probably wouldn't actually happen to a real actor. But
hmm,
that's what makes it good
okay.
because it's about somebody who's probably deeper and more neurotic than most actors are. And then you get to see Edward Norton being like the asshole version of an actor.
Okay, that's fun.
It's very good. I won't get to everyone in the mammalians nurturable department, and this is a case where I'm not going to even tell you if someone comes back. Anyway, Gwendolyn Christie is here as Lauren, born in 1978 in Worthing, Sussex, England, UK. She graduated from Drama Centre London in 2005, and most of us know her from her breakout role in Game of Thrones as Lady Brienne of Tarth. I guess not Matt.
Not
Regardless
mad.
if you think that character was done kind of dirty in the end, I guess all of them were. You can, of course, also see her as a character that was done even dirtier in Star Wars Episodes 7 and 8, but also in the last couple, you can see her in the last couple of Terry Gilliam movies, The Sandman, Wednesday, and Absolutely Fabulous, the movie. And in among that, she's done a lot of stage work and gotten 2 Emmy nominations along the way. Brian Rock plays Wyatt. You might remember him as the goat guy from season 1. He's Wyatt. Um,
Hi, Wyatt.
he's He's from Philadelphia, and at the very top of his IMDb page, it states that on any given day, you'd likely find him running around the neighborhood pretending to be Batman, which is something relatable to friends of the podcast.
What, now or
uh,
when he was a kid? I hope now.
when he was a kid, but it
Ah,
also loops back around and jokes about him doing it now, so maybe he
okay.
does. Um, his mostly on TV on screen career dates back to the late 2010s, and you can also see him in Mayor of Easttown, Law and Order SVU, and The Blacklist. Jared Johnston is billed only as Goatman. It should be really obvious who Goatman is. He's an actor and producer without much of an IMDb bio, but one of his first roles was as Neil Armstrong in Men in Black 3. I didn't see that one,
I
but he
like
was
Men in
Neil
Black 3,
Armstrong.
okay. I
I
mean,
think it's find it very amusing that it's always stylized as Men in Black cubed, like the three is small.
yeah, whatever.
It's the cube
If
now.
you're a big Tommy Lee
Uh,
Joe fan, Jones fan, you'll be disappointed. He's only like in 20% of the movie, but
I mean, isn't Josh Brolin in it a lot?
yeah, he plays the
I like
same.
Josh Brolin.
Right. So if you like Josh Brolin, you're fine. It's just because Will Smith goes back in time, but Tommy Lee Jones doesn't go back in time, so it has to be a younger Tommy Lee Jones. So it's Josh Brolin now.
They're not going to do younger Will Smith.
Correct. He would have been like a baby.
Um, Anyway, you can also see Jared Johnston in Black Klansman, Billions, Smile, and Invasion. There isn't really much about IMDb about these two, but just wanted to shout out Blaze James Gorman as Jim George and Irish Knight Gorman as Merrick George for having cool names. And that's the trivia for this week.
I think he like meets his father, and his father's like, "Hey, my wife's pregnant," in the movie or something.
He
I don't
doesn't
remember
like
that. I don't
father
remember that.
himself.
No, that'd be fun. What I really remember is while filming that movie is when Will Smith had his notoriously insane Winnebago or whatever. Just this mansion of a Winnebago. And he had a name
Well,
for it,
for
which I'm
his
forgetting.
trailer on the
Yeah.
set or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I
So
I I barely
it,
remember that, to be honest.
it was like the most extravagant trailer ever. So
For whatever reason, I know why, because friends of mine were just like, let's go to the drive-in and see whatever's there. I saw Men in Black International, which was a
ooh, oops.
garbage
Yeah.
pit of a garbage
I
film.
was not recommending that one. Can you give us a
It
story?
Yes, I can. Miss Cobell is headed somewhere in her car, and Audi Mark is headed into work, timing his entry carefully for some purpose. Annie, Mark, Helly, and Irv have decided to go around and ask about Miss Casey using sketches of her. Meanwhile, as an award, Natalie presents Mr. Milchick with multiple paintings of Keir repainted as a black man. He is clearly upset, but fails to make any kind of emotional connection with Natalie about how she felt when she got a similar gift. Meanwhile, Mark and Heliara found the room with the goats, and within that room, they find a small tunnel that leads up to a mammalion's nurturable department where there are even more goats and grass. And even though there's a lot of resistance at first, they eventually admit that they know Miss Casey and remember her fondly, and they'll help with the search. While this is going on, at the same time, Irving has wandered back to O&D on the Miss Casey search, and he catches up with Felicia about Burt memories, while also showing her the sketches of paintings that his Audi did of the sinister-looking hallway. She says it resembles the exports hall, where O&D employees would take the products they made. Dylan hasn't gone on the Miss Casey search because he's secretly been granted an 18-minute visitation with his Audi's wife for good behavior, which seems to go well, perhaps a little bit too well. Later that day, Devin walks down Natalie talking to Rickon about adapting the UUR for innies. She then helps Mark fashion a halogen light to burn who is alive into his retinas. Meanwhile, Cobell is meeting with Helena in the Lumen parking lot. She insists that she should be severed floor manager. Helena says no, but suggests a meeting with a board instead. Cobell almost agrees to this, but then she gets scared and drives off. Ragabi finds Mark in his car trying to burn his eyes and tries to convince him that it won't work and the reintegration is the only way, and also that she's better at it now than he was before.
Tries.
That she was before. Yeah, but I mean, I was about to just say that he agrees to it immediately, and they begin the reintegration process. Things to be going seem to be going sort of well, and then we see Mark revert back to when he was first on the conference room table.
Well,
Sorry,
maybe we don't know how reintegration works. Well, maybe you do. Probably not. Um,
I can't say.
no, you can't say. Okay. Let's see. Going through. Oh, by the way, she was going to Salt's Neck. I wrote that down.
Yep.
238 miles. Seems too far away. Don't want to go there. Although she is like in the what, a snowy desert and instead of a snowy forest town, and it's still snowy. And
It just
yeah,
feels like a snowy New Jersey thing
I mean it's not
or
that snowy in New Jersey that long.
Pennsylvania. I wouldn't know.
I mean, I don't think anywhere just stays snowy for. I mean, you'd have to go like Arctic Circle for like 5 months of snow or something, I think.
I wouldn't know.
Just keeping a pin there because that's got to be something. Maybe you're leading me along. You've seen the whole show up to season two, so
I mean, there is snow.
there is snow.
Snow problem with
Snow
this
problem.
episode.
Snow problem here.
This was
Well, Natalie's
interesting.
creepier now, so her creepiness like increased by 5 in this episode. Not, I mean, she was a little creepy before, now she's more creepy.
Yeah, I feel like she's doing a phenomenal job of being like a a conflicted manager who's being ripped in 100 different directions and just trying desperately not to fall apart.
Mm. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know.
Do you
Where
think
do
the
you,
board is a computer?
well, they said yes that one time. I guess a computer can say yes. The board is us, of course. That's the conceit of
Sure.
our show,
The
but
board could be AI. Maybe we're AI.
maybe we're AI. I wonder how many AI podcasts are rocking now. There's got to be like three.
Three? There's probably a
Yeah, at
million of
least
them.
three. It's at least
There's probably
three.
already a million.
Yeah, so who knows if you're being duped and we're computers talking to you.
I thought about making a podcast where it was like I pre wrote a bunch of dialogue and just had a conversation with a robot voice.
Oh, well,
Like, do you think that would be listenable?
you take a transcript of this and then replace me with a robot voice.
Yeah, well, it might happen.
Yeah, okay,
I
we'll
mean,
see.
what what will definitely happen is the AI will just take this podcast and like change our voices slightly and re-upload it, and then make a bunch of bots that listen to it, and then it'll have millions of listeners, and then it'll get a bunch of ad revenue,
It'll be blasting it out in the Tron world, yeah. We'll be
and it'll
making
just be
well
this exact thing, except for it'll add in, and now a word from our sponsors, Casper Mattress.
Are they good?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Uh,
have a body. I sleep on a mattress. I'm a person.
Yay. They're really rocking Milchek's helmet this season.
Yeah, I find Milchick's I find well both Milchick and Natalie's performance in this I find really fascinating. Like he's clearly like enraged for almost the entire episode. You know what I mean?
And having to completely hide it, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're two white guys, so it's kind of hard to discuss the painting reveal here for us because most paintings
Well,
that look like that have like white people in them, right? So,
I mean, I'm half Lebanese and I've dealt with like a moderate amount of racism. I wouldn't say anywhere near as much as a black person would have to deal with, and I don't think someone would present me with a painting of a guy looking.
yeah, because I have heard people complain in Japan, oh, Japan, you can never be Japanese if you aren't Japanese, which is true, but at the same time, I don't quite feel like I don't, the worst that happens every once in a while, there is a place that is like that decides to post a no foreigners sign, but that's like once a year there's a news story about that. So,
Well, it's sort of like you know the whole thing about weaponized incompetence,
oh yeah, failing
where
upwards.
like men no, it's like men in a relationship, they're like, I don't know how to cook these pancakes. Can you cook the pancakes? And then women do even more. You
Mm.
know, it's like I feel like you could just kind of ride that wave forever as a white person in Japan, probably,
You
right?
might not be wrong, unfortunately.
I'm not saying you do that. I'm sure that you and Luke probably try to be decent human beings and help out and everything. But it's like,
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying, it's like you could probably, you're probably not going like America is just such a harsher place in some ways.
Mm-mm-mm. I'm sure you could do that, I guess is my point. But no, I do like the other weird old-timey thing we get, of course, is Dylan's family photo, which was confusing.
Yeah,
Why did they choose that one? They got to have more family photos than that.
that
Which
that
is, of course,
whole
the
that
the old west, like beach boardwalk sort of photo, right?
yeah. And then he's like, "We live on a cattle ranch."
Which honestly is a perfectly reasonable reaction for him to make from his perspective.
Yeah, it's like they forgot that innies don't get things like sometimes they're just cute themed photos because that they've never seen photos of themselves except for like when they get a gift of a photo of them for their desk.
So why would you show that first? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
I
It's
mean
also
that's
very
a weird
funny.
mind game.
It was also very funny the overreaction when she says Milchick's first name. She's like, Seth warned me this might be weird, and then all of a sudden Miss Long is like, please do not divulge information that's sensitive. Like they
Yeah.
cannot know what his name is. It's
Is this
really
the first time
important.
we've gotten his name? Because they
I
use
don't
it
know.
earlier in the episode and it stood out to me. I think when Natalie calls him Seth, right? And that
I
stood
don't
out to me. So I
know.
think it might be the first time we've actually heard his first name.
I wish that Wiki and IMDb had more of these milestones. Like maybe there's just more stuff like this for older shows
Yeah, I'd
where it's
give it
like,
5 years, you might get that. But I since they doubled down later on it, I kind of do feel like we're getting his first name for the first time in this episode, which is interesting because all the innies, it's like first name and then their last name's obscured, right?
mm-hmm.
So he'd be Seth M if he was actually severed.
Uh, well, yeah,
Hmm.
I suppose you're right. Yeah, I guess people with last names are not severed.
And then Miss Cobell, right? We don't know Cobell's first name. Oh,
Harmony.
Harmony. Sorry, we do. They don't though.
Maybe they don't. I guess they don't.
But yeah, sorry, we've known her name for quite a while. That's why we kind of just jinxed said it. So
Hmm.
uh let's see.
So, yeah, how do you feel about Dylan and Gretchen's relationship?
So I recently rewatched Raising Arizona, and I'm like, they really
Hmm.
wanted Holly Hunter from 40 years ago. I like the actress they got; she's good. But I am like, oh, they're totally trying to go for a Holly Hunter, especially because later she's in like a
Hmm.
uniform, right? And I was feeling a very strong Raising Arizona connection in
I
her
think
vibe.
that she's really well cast because she seems like clinically depressed, and he's
Mm,
definitely clinically depressed.
yeah.
So it kind of makes sense to me where like I think people who are not like that depressed probably wouldn't put up with whatever Dylan's got going on.
Mm, yeah, and I mean, there is just like you've been around someone long enough, right? And I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course,
I,
after three kids, it probably everything probably is more depressing, I suppose.
neither of us would know that. So,
No.
I mean, I do know, my buddy's guy's got two kids, and he just seems way busier than I am. So,
Mm.
it's like twice as busy.
Yeah, they're
Also, it
uh,
helped that my daughter is more mature than me by age 5, so that was also working out for me. So.
that's good.
Um, oh yeah, I could have said this several episodes ago in season one, but I was like, key grips do the lights.
I don't know.
I'm
Sure.
just okay. I don't know who actually does the
No,
lights. Is it a key grip that controls lights, or is
I don't
that like
remember. I
anyway?
don't
Let's
know.
just someone
I don't know.
correct
I'm
me if
not
I'm
gonna
wrong.
even pretend.
Emmy,
I'm not
Emmy
gonna
for
pretend
the
I know.
Emmy for those lights people who may be the key grips.
No.
Just really
I
thinking that
mean, the
because they're
lighting's
doing
great. Wow.
the moving lights down the hall. Someone has to keep track of
Yes.
that crap. That's difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Well, there is like all that stuff about the music dance experience taking so long to program
Right, right. And then
last season.
and then yeah, Milchek just following everyone's moves even though he'd worked out his own dances, right? Just no, let's just do what everyone else is doing. That was cool.
And he's a good enough dancer that he can respond to other people's dancing, which sounds very difficult.
Mm,
Like, I've danced on stage. I had to memorize things, I
ooh.
wasn't like trying to improvise or react to people. That sounds harder.
Mm. Sorry, I want to go back to Dylan just a little bit. You mentioned how he's a little more depressed, and even any Dylan, he's kind of now that they're holding the carrot stick with the of his family out there. He's obviously not quite on that version of the subversive version of the team anymore. So he's in a way back to early season one Dylan, but he's like less fun now. Now he's just kind of like, you know,
Well, it's
annoying.
the
Which
incentive. They gave him the ultimate incentive, right?
right, right. So,
I
um,
think it's kind of it's just like the way I felt that it was like they'll never be able to write themselves out of the season finale, and then there was that brilliant flip they did where like Helena says, I was drunk and I said stuff that I didn't mean." And it's like this is a brilliant pivot for them. Like how do you like win how do you win Dylan back and like keep him from acting up? It's like give him this like impossible, it's and give him the thing that's not only is it easy apparently easy for them to do, but it seems like his wife is quite eager to agree to it. So
oh
it's
yeah,
just this
it seems like she's in. They haven't been back for long. It's, basically episode two because the first two episodes is just kind of a yin yang, right?
well and he fully commits to not telling anybody else about it, which is also part of it.
Yes.
It's
And of course,
not only
Helly's
is
still
he
not
like
telling anyone else about her either. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the
I guess Mark
it's like
Scout now has his own little secret, which we'll see what he does with that. Which I haven't watched the next episode yet, but this is one where it's, ooh, I do want to see it. It is one where I've slightly spoiled myself accidentally, partly because everyone keeps telling me, oh, when you get to that one, because I have been told that a few times. So I know
oh,
we're out in
what
the
do you know
snow.
about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I
Um
know, to be fair, but
okay.
and
Don't read
there's
anything else, just watch it.
plenty of snow, so
I don't yeah, I can't tell you anything.
no, of course not.
But yeah, they have him so locked down after, he was sort of the I guess he wasn't the first domino to fall, but he fell pretty hard in the first season, and now he's kind of not only they have him locked down to these visits, but they have him, not doing Miss Casey search and also not telling anybody else where he is. It's like they have him without him realizing it, they have him like completely under control.
Is
Just
Mark the most subversive any at the moment? I mean, last season was always pretty much always Helly, right?
yeah, I mean I guess so because he has the most to.
She's still going along with it because she's into that kind of thing, but
I mean, Irving's got his own mystery, and I guess on some level he thinks he can see Bert again or something, or
yeah.
figure something
His
out.
is a
But
lot more chill though. His is just strolling over to O&D, right? Not
well, it's
crawling
like
through
that
weird
scary hallway
goat
thing.
that, yes. But he's not climbing through weird goat tunnels to get to the giant, indoor goat pasture.
Yeah, but he would if that's where Bert was, he would do it.
Okay, good point. Speaking of which, mammalians nurturable. That's an amazing name for a department.
Yeah, it's great. I remember when the last season I was like, "Do you think the goats will be back?" And, I legit every time I watch that scene where she's like ringing the bell and all the crazy people are coming out, it legitimately gives me anxiety. I don't know what it is.
It's got
I
a
guess it's
Mad
the
Max
bell.
vibe, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It's like you are not safe,
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the vibe of, the what, humongulous or whatever the names of these
Lord
folks are.
Humongous,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The toe cutter, all that
the
sort of stuff.
Ayatollah. Yeah, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I feel like with the mammalians nurturable, and I guess they're dirty because they're working with goats, so that makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like you keep your face clean. Are they just like
Um,
falling into the mounds a lot, the mud mounds that the goats are feeding off of?
I
It's not
guess
flat
maybe they
ground.
just
You trip
have
a lot on your face.
what gets you appointed as Goat Man? Like, how does that happen?
You're good with
I guess I
goats.
shouldn't ask.
Yeah, let's
But
not
he's
ask
like
why you're good
wearing a
with goats.
big goat costume, like that huge goat costume. Like, what makes you? I guess it's just society breaks down completely when you're in mammalians nurturable.
Mm. Is it October?
I
It's
don't
not.
think
I'm
so.
pretty sure it's not October. But
I mean,
does
do
time
any's even
exist
know what
here?
Halloween is?
I don't know. Would they have Christmas parties on the severed floor?
I kind of don't think so. I think,
Hmm.
I mean, I know I've beaten the cult thing to death, but I feel like
You
Lubin is
you
like
could
its own
replace Jesus
religion.
with Kier and still have Christmas. Would you have a Kiermas party?
Kirmes, Kirmes party. Yeah, there's like, I could see that happening. It does. I'll go ahead and say it doesn't happen this season, but I could see it happening at some point.
Mm. Oh, back to the paintings that Milchek gets. Is that just for him personally?
Yes,
Okay, just making sure. And then
and
he,
Natalie got the same paintings, which I guess were painted again for
okay.
herself.
So that to me actually is one of the more fascinating things because it's any outing. We pretty much know how that works in detail now. It's weird, but we generally know how it seems to work. Reintegration, that. But
Yeah,
the people who are we don't think are severed, like Milchek, Miss Cobell, Natalie, it's like, what? Why would you
yeah.
give that person the painting, you know?
It's just it's that's almost more of a thing where they're like you'd better like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a different kind of game.
And then where he stows away the photos, I thought was funny. Like, he's put him on that top shelf, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly where in the advanced photography darkroom in high school, he found the guy that had taken a bunch of photos of his girlfriend, the forest naked, and stowed them in the same spot. And so don't hide things
Yeesh.
there, people will find it.
God.
For a bunch of 17-year-olds, that was like really funny.
There was this one time when I was walking a dog as an adult and like I found a porn in the woods. It was one of those things where
Was it the first
that
time you
old
found porn as an
tradition
adult?
in the woods. It's the only time I've ever found porn in the woods as an adult.
You're not a woods porn seeder.
I didn't know that was a thing. I went on the internet, was like, there is porn in the woods, and everybody's like, yeah, that's what happens.
I went camping a lot, but it was like I think it has to be like near a neighborhood usually where you're gonna find the woods porn. So we were not camping there, you know?
It was near a neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. Because if you're out in a national forest, I don't think you find the woods porn.
This is basically on like Emory, almost on Emory campus.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
kind of like the woods near the college.
Yeah, but you're in town. I'm talking like away up in, the
Yeah.
mountains or whatever. So,
Yeah.
um,
Have not spent much time there
hmm.
out in the mountains.
Are you willing to crawl down the goat hallway with the hairs and the poop?
I guess if you're already in hell, then you don't have anything to lose.
There wasn't that much poop. It was just little poop anyway. And if it was dry poop, if it was dry, then it's
Sure.
not as bad.
As long as you can kind of flick it away, I guess.
It was like a 2 week hike in New Mexico and with no woods porn found there. But yeah, I do remember like all the cow flop had dried and the dumb kids were throwing it at each other. So
Hmm.
and then one kid got chased by a cow. That was funny. Although we were in the middle of
Yikes.
nowhere, so if the cow had caught him, it would have been like a real big problem. No cell phones. It was 1994 or something.
Oh my God.
Danger, danger. Yeah. Uh,
Stranger danger,
stranger danger.
goat danger.
Yes, having not seen a Game of Thrones, I almost was like, I feel like this is the first time I've seen Gwendolyn Christie because obviously the Star Wars role
Well,
doesn't really count.
she was in a suit. I think you
Yeah,
see her eye
exactly.
like
She
once.
doesn't do anything to speak of.
Well, that's the movie's fault, not her fault.
No, I
I
know
think
it's,
she's
I'm
great.
just, no, no, of course. I'm just like, when I was watching this, I was like, oh, I was like, oh, I know that's Captain Phasma. And it's also, oh, this is the first time I've really seen her.
Yeah,
Because I did
she's
make a quick check to like, who am I seeing here? And I was like, oh, okay, got it.
she's like, how tall is she?
So when she rings the bell, I'm like, wait a minute, who is this? So that I did respond in that way to the bell ring. Like, I need to know who this is now, you know?
She is 6 feet 3.25 inches
Wow.
tall. So yeah,
Wow.
yep.
Um, getting down, what do you think about all the focus on Mark trying to do the image latency? Because they devote like a good almost like 10 minutes of this episode to that, and then it just instantly it's like, nah, it's not gonna work.
I
Let's
mean,
get
I mean, I could
let's
have.
take
I
a
feel like I
hard
could
right
have told
swing.
you. I feel like I could have told you it wasn't going to work, but
Mm.
right, like, would it have been like I don't want a character doing that and then they just see that in their eyes for the rest of their life,
I think it was just supposed to be like when he gets out of the elevator, he briefly sees it. That's why he's
I
counting because it
I
just
figured.
flashes for a second or two. It's not permanent damage.
I
The
figured,
reintegration's
but
permanent damage.
I mean, is it permanent damage or is it permanent healing?
Ooh, we'll find out.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, again, I actually considering Pedia was a little surprised how quickly he was like, yes, let's I guess because he's looking for Gemma, but um
Yeah,
oh,
that's a big motivator.
and then they played the Who's Eminence front, which actually that's worth noting.
Hmm.
The two songs are Stone Roses Love Spread from their second album, which is much crappier. They choose what probably one of the best songs from it. It's like one of the only good songs. And then Eminence front is like post Keith Moon Who, like on a relatively crappy album. So they're choosing like these bands like okay songs from their lesser albums, which is both of them. And yeah, I think most music dorks that are into those bands would be aware of that.
I feel like they probably, I feel like Eminence Front is popular enough that it's kind of separated itself from, like, some bands have songs that are so big that it doesn't matter what period they're from. Almost like, I mean, regardless of how you feel about it, Kokomo is almost like that. Like, Kokomo has its own life outside of the Beach Boys discography, really.
Yeah, I mean, and call that the Mike Love. If you call that the Mike Love band, it's not. And now you just have this dumb, catchy song. It's just you just don't want to compare Kokomo to Pet Sounds, right?
Hmm.
If you want, if
But
you're like,
but
I'm going to listen to this earworm late '80s cheeseball song, it's fantastic. That should have
but I
been the.
think 99% of people
To
are
be
just
fair, Mike
like,
Love did try that in the late '70s. He started a band called Celebration to do that, and nobody bought the album. So,
yeah. And sometimes songs, but I think Eminence Front is like not. I I don't know
I don't know. I
how
just feel like
music
if
nerd
I
the
was
people.
soundtracking, like I want the Who, I'm going to put in some prime Who. That's from what It's Hard, an album no one listens to or something, or the album before or
But
after that. I don't quite remember.
sure, but I mean Eminence Front, like the
And the
the
Stone
the
Roses
general.
album, you didn't even know that album existed.
Yeah, but I think I knew it was the Stone Roses because it showed up in the trivia or something. So
Yeah.
I was just like, it's a band. But Eminence Front has that, like, that kind of groove that sounds like a thing. It sounds like a song that you would wake up on a table to, kind of.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like
I
kind
can
of
see
a.
it.
It's
No,
they're going for a feeling more than like a. This is
yeah.
the best Who song or whatever it is.
No. Anyway, my point is just you have mentioned before how the music in universe seems like intentionally crappy, and now both of the
Mhm.
major needle drops in this episode are the bands like past their prime. It's like even if you
Yeah,
like the song, it's not quite like it's not like A-list. Like Stone Roses Greatest Hits does put Love Spreads on it, but it's not like it's the slightly curdled version of the band.
I don't know if I don't know if I'd think that that much about it. I don't know if
I think too
anyone's
much
thinking
about
that much
music,
about it.
so I am clearly.
Yeah, but it's scoring a thing. I personally I think scoring a thing should be based on vibes.
Mm,
And the second most important thing, which Eminence Front steps all over, is that you should play music that's not entirely cliched. Which
mm.
is, I think, the only reason. What's the only reason that Quentin Tarantino was able to why his soundtracks were so groundbreaking is because it's a lot of music that average people hadn't heard.
Well, let's see.
I
What would I
mean,
go for? When the Sun Hits by Slow Dive. There we go. I'd stick that at the end maybe if I were soundtracking, trying to be like slightly cool in a
there are a
retro
lot
way.
of songs that could go in there. I don't
I
know.
just said that because I was playing in the car yesterday, so and I do
Hmm.
like that tune. But for me, maybe I'd go with that. So I don't know. It's interesting to think about. I was just
I
wondering if
would
there's a
play.
little message in the songs, is what I'm saying.
Well, I would play "I Am the Table" by Metallica with Lou Reed for him
Ah, hell
waking up
yeah.
on a
Okay.
table.
Not even a good song. Let's do it.
That would just be a dumb joke that would only amuse me and
And
make
that
everyone
turned
else
out to be his
angry.
final album, didn't it? Isn't that the last Lou
Lou
Reed
Reed.
album now? I think that was
God,
his
that's
final
sad.
album. That
That
is,
is why you don't spend a lot of time on the internet. That is widely considered like the worst album ever made.
yeah, sure. I mean, it's not good, that's for sure, but it is interesting to listen to. I'll give it that. Yeah,
I
I know
don't
you
know if
won't.
I'd agree.
No, you would not
It's
sit.
interesting
You
that
would
it
listen to 30.
exists.
Yes, it's interesting that exists. There we go. I've never listened to the whole album for sure. I've
Mm.
certainly brought it up in jokes. So I've heard people put in pretty like at the end of the year it was certainly like this is the bottom of the barrel of this year. So now I have to listen to it though, don't I? Yeah, but
If you say so, I'm not listening to it. Just letting everyone know. The
I'm gonna
last
play
thing
a
that Lou
YouTube track
Reed, the last thing that Lou Reed did was, oh,
and
this is
should have
so
ended this
hard.
episode. Should have ended the episode. This is an episode ender
You just
for
put I am the table at the end of the episode. Oh
yeah.
yeah, that is his last studio album.
I am the table, perfect fit.
I am the table.
He is the table.
He is the
Um,
table.
I will say though, this is like the season one cliffhanger. Like, where does this go? I don't know. So that's fun. I think this is
Yep.
equal cliffhanger to season one cliffhanger. Season one, of course, includes everybody, so that gives you a season ending cliffhanger. Just for as like, what are we doing next episode? This is and it again, it's not a mystery box, you know. So it's just like I'm curious where this goes now, without having to worry about, mystery boxes so much.
But the interesting thing is you do know that you already know that the next episode is like outside.
I know it's outside.
So
Well, I'll
you know
watch
you're
it.
going to be like, how did everyone get here?
Yeah.
You
So,
know?
well, I'll get to that. Maybe I'll watch it tonight, except I need to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Next Generation tonight. So maybe I'll watch it
Yeah,
tomorrow
that's what
night.
I'm doing.
For our other
Um,
podcast, Films and Filth, a little plug. Um,
yeah, check it out. That probably has already gone up before this episode.
maybe. Yeah, probably.
Almost
Um,
certainly.
almost certainly. Uh, do we start performance reviewing these folks, or do you want to throw another point out?
Let me look at my notes once more. I've been watching these episodes twice, and I don't know if that's smart or dumb.
Mm. That's smart. I was actually coming into this one feeling bad that I didn't watch it twice, which is because I totally crashed out last night. So,
What I've been doing is watching it once, then writing all the trivia and summary, and then like
oh,
watching it the second time and taking notes the second time.
okay.
Is
That's
then
not
I
a
feel
bad
like
way to
I
go about
have
it.
that I feel like I know what to take notes about then,
Yeah, sure.
rather than just having to keep stopping it because I'm like, wait a minute. Um, well, crap, mammalians. Oh, we did that. Do you notice that they mentioned delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma waves,
Oh,
brainwaves?
hell yeah, because I have a mind machine.
I was gonna say that Space 1999 reference, wasn't it like
Oh,
that?
but I think we had the conversation when we talked about that show where I'm like, yeah, I do the binaural beats and I got the mind machine. I think about that stuff a lot.
I don't remember what kind of conversation we had about that episode, to be honest.
Probably about my mind machine. And I made a song called Theta Wave once. Yeah, supposed to bring out the theta waves.
Yeah. Um, wow. I searched for, oh, it's the lambda factor.
Ah, okay. Lambda, lambda, lambda.
You made that joke.
Yeah, I'm sure I did because that
Normally, the human brain
that was
splits
a
between alpha
Pavlovian
waves.
response, dude. You say the word and it comes out.
Normally, the human brain swings between waves and beta waves, but sometimes lambda waves are thrown
I
off.
almost did it again. I stopped myself.
Rarely, very rarely, the lambda variant.
Stop it.
That's what it was.
That's
Well,
what the brainwaves do. They might.
Ragabi isn't. Why isn't Ragabi like monitoring the lambda waves? I don't understand.
Because she doesn't want to start repeating the word 3 times.
That's it. They're
Yep.
just like, we cannot put that joke in here,
Also,
or
if
we
that
cannot.
Space 1999 episode, that was the weird sci-fi wave that is not usually in the conversation.
Yeah. Well, that was. I don't think that was a very good episode. I think it was just like somebody became evil and then they got killed.
No, I remember. I think that was one where I liked it and it was garbage,
Yeah. Okay. That
which
tracks.
happens. Let's do the reviews then. Dylan G A plus. He's totally doing his.
No.
He's a
Yeah, he
company
got an
man at the
award.
moment. Yeah,
And so does
he
Mr.
didn't wasn't
Milchick
even
gets an A
expecting
plus
it.
as well. He got
Right,
that.
he got
They
a
both got
reward.
rewards.
But was he happy enough to get it?
Do we care?
Hey, the
Do
board
do we
cares. The
do? Does
board
the board
cares.
care? Does
The
it?
board
I don't
cares.
think it does. I
They
don't think
want to
it
see
does.
gratitude from him. That's why they are on mic. They want gratitude from from Seth Milchek. So,
I think
A, he
they
does
got
not get
it.
the plus. He does
All
not get the
right,
plus.
fine.
He gives it
If
to him
you,
with rage underneath though. So
I feel like the board
A,
cannot
he's
possibly monitor that, but Yeah, sure.
They can hear him talking through clenched teeth. So no plus for him. Because Dylan loved what he got. So
Yeah, maybe too much. He was trying to cuck himself.
right. Audi Dylan, I don't know, but he doesn't get a performance review.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't. That hasn't. And whatever I just said isn't a thing.
Irving,
I'm not.
B,
Oh,
he's not at
Irving.
the computer doing his job, but he's not really, I
Yeah,
mean, he's got his painting, but or his
but I
sketch
mean,
in this case,
aren't
but they
we?
don't know
Aren't
that.
we? But I mean, don't we see him presenting a drawing of something his Audi painted that was a
But we're still
forbidden
dealing with
corridor?
overtime contingency crap, right? So,
Okay.
I mean, that's
I
not
mean,
really, I mean, well, it is his fault because he was part of the plan, but it's
yeah,
not, otherwise it's not his fault. I mean, you can't undo that, is what I'm saying.
yeah. Okay.
B anyway. I'm not like saying he was like fantastic, but
Yeah.
he's not quite doing his job in this episode. I mean, I'm sure he was at the computer doing his job a bit too, probably a little both is my guess.
Okay. B then.
B.
So we've got Mark S.
I mean,
He's entirely been going off and talking to goat people.
yeah. Though the his
C.
do we want the department? I was gonna say D because I was like, do we want the departments, do we want bridges between the departments or do we not want bridges? We got weird paintings, all that sort of stuff. So it seems like the incentive is for no, but then you keep putting Miss Casey with Mark S, right? So maybe yes, or maybe you're just testing the
Wait,
boundaries. Is he breaking boundaries? Do
are
we
you
want the
saying
depart?
that we encouraged Mark to be close to Miss Casey, so we should encourage him to look for her? Is that what you're saying?
Kind of. I'm like, I feel
But
like
we didn't though. That was entirely Miss Cobell's like call.
oh
Remember,
yeah.
she was like, "I'm gonna schedule another wellness session," and Milchick's like, "Really? Why are you doing that?" Like it was never the board. The board didn't want Miss Casey and Mark like to interact. We
Well, they're
probably
about to
know
bring Miss
not to do
Casey
that.
back. She just went cray cray again and ran away.
I mean, we don't know where Miss Casey is. She
Who
can be
else was there?
anywhere.
Something that was not in your summary. Who? And I thought you were about to say it because I had forgotten. Who else was there? It's like so and so's joining us as well.
The board? You mean like what, where,
When
and when?
going to talk to the board. Sorry, it was a point I thought you were going to remind me of, and then
Oh,
you.
there was a guy there who's like a background character who I haven't done a summary for yet, who's in a lot of episodes. Who's like
Okay,
a
that.
security guy.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's
Sorry,
my bad for not catching that guy is in a bunch of episodes. I
yeah, I
thought
was I was sitting here waiting for you to like clear it up for me, and then you didn't. How could
there
you?
were so many people
Yeah.
that I was like, I'll just save it for later because his name is Judd.
Okay. Okay. There. Yeah. Even I'm looking at the wiki summary here, and it's like Bacobel becomes spooked and drives off. So,
He's
um,
in
that's why I couldn't
one more.
remember. I
He's
just
in
remember.
one more episode. I guess I'll do his summary from then
Okay.
because
No, I was just
uh
like she left because there was someone else involved. I had that takeaway watching the episode, so that maybe that hit me harder as a plot point than it was supposed to.
mhm. Well, I don't entirely understand like why. I still don't entirely understand why Cobell just decided to suddenly run away because that wasn't really clearly explained in any way. And
Mm.
even watching it twice, I'm not entirely sure.
Right. Well, at this point, she can do whatever she wants because
Yeah.
everyone knows she's crazy.
Well, and also it's I guess if she really just doesn't want anything but the severed floor job, then like what can you do?
Yeah. So anyway, we were talking Mark S's performance review. So I'll come a little closer and we'll go C minus in the end with my D bringing your C down. So Miss Cobell, we still can't performance review then because she's not part of the company and she drove away. So we
Correct.
we don't know what to say about
Yes,
her. Seth
exactly.
Milchek. Oh,
We
we
already
did that
said
already.
A.
I just wanted to say his full name again. Sorry.
Seth Milchick.
I just want to say his full name. Say his name. Helly. Sorry, that's what I actually meant to say.
Heliar. I feel like Mark was kind of
He was the
making her
ringleader.
go
Just
along,
yeah.
so I think Helly can comfortably. What do we give Mark? A B?
C minus was no. You
B
said C. I
minus. I
said
think
D,
we
and
can
C
give.
minus
I
was.
think we can give Helly a B plus because she's just going along with Mark's.
I was thinking B minus because she is going along with Mark's crap. So maybe that balances to a B.
Sure.
Yeah. Not that it really matters if these balance or not, but
Hmm.
when they balance that easily, why not balance them?
Yeah.
Uh, I at this point I feel like Mammalian's nurturable is sort of like a collective personality at this moment. I mean, obviously Gwendolyn Christie's like a little bit off, and we've met the goat guy. No, we've met that
Oh,
one
I
goat
mean,
guy before, not the goat guy. Uh,
well, I mean,
Collective
if we're talking
review.
about Lorne, yeah, no, I mean, Lorne was clearly kind of trying to like shore her department up, but then kind of caved really quickly. So it's like a B, I guess.
I was thinking C. Listener balance that one out.
Sure. B
I was just
minus.
yeah, B minus. That I feel like as a department, I would give them a B minus. I don't really. I mean, we can't sit there and
No,
give 10 people performance
I'm
reviews,
going
and
to
they didn't
give the
do
Goat
much.
Man an A plus.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like
He's the
yeah.
Goat Man.
When you have an amazing like as much as you're like he shouldn't have been doing that, the branding of the January 6th shaman just sticks in your mind. You remember the shaman, you remember the goat guy, you dress up like that, you remember it. Should he have found a cooler place to do that? Yes, of course, but not the goat guy, the shaman.
Yeah.
Where were we? I guess we're wrap this one up for today. I think we got everybody. Tell me if I forgot someone important.
Um, I
What's
was
her
kind of
name?
like,
In O&D, we can give her. I forgot her name, but we can give her if you
I
want.
was just sort of like, is Blaze Gorman related to Burn Gorman?
Blaze and burn.
No, I guess not. Never
Hmm.
mind. I was
Okay.
just like, that sounds almost too convenient,
Okay.
and it
Well,
is.
go ahead. Reintegrate this podcast with the other podcasts.
Okay, well, welcome to Films and Filth. It's Luke Glow's Pokemon. It's a Pikachu. It's a game show. It's a
The game
um.
show.
What's your
Podcastiopodcastius.org. Today we're talking
podcast?
about Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Yeah, and Disney Twilight Zone, Planet of the Apes, Twilight. I said Twilight Zone again. Twilight, the Forbidden Zone. Whatever, man. Whatever you want.
I'm just cutting it
It's
when I said
it's
today
there.
it's Star Trek the
Sure.
Motion
Yeah.
Picture.
Don't leave all that in.